Good morning from Montana. Big sky country. That is a pretty big sky, actually. Although it's probably the same size everywhere else. But optical illusion. Woke up at 5 this morning. Well, I actually got in last night at I didn't get to the hotel till pretty much midnight, 11:30, which was 12:30 my time, Mexico time, when I left yesterday. I was pretty tired. I went right to sleep as soon as I got here, and left the curtains open. And my thing, I guess, now is I wake up whenever the sun comes up. And I guess the sun comes up in Montana at 5 in the morning. So I was up at 5 this morning. But I took it real easy. Rehydrated myself after the 2 flights yesterday. Took a jacuzzi bath. Did a coffee enema. Did some just light reading. Just sort of relax a little bit. And now it's like 8 in the morning. And feeling pretty good. So this is day 2, sort of, or day 3 technically, of my trip. Still sticking to my routine. It's been great. I'm feeling really good. I don't speak today till 3 in the afternoon. I'm gonna try to schedule interviews all late morning. I actually have some meetings I gotta do. But feeling good, feeling ready to do it all, which is not normal for me. Normally, just tired and depressed. But a big part of it, I'm really starting to realize, was the drinking. I actually, on the flight from Chicago, Chirac, to here, Bozeman, Montana, about a 3-hour flight. Of course, United Airlines, nothing ever really seems to work on their planes, and once again, the internet wasn't working. And because I thought they had internet, I didn't download anything that I wanted to read or anything in particular, any videos or anything. So I went on my phone to Kindle Reader, which is great, by the way. If you don't use Kindle for whatever reason, now of course paper is probably better. Electronics in general is kind of bad for you. The Kindle, sort of the real Kindles, are a little bit better probably. But for a person like me who's always got a phone on them or a computer around, it's kind of nice, because the cool thing is I'll be on my computer, I'll do a bit of reading on there of the book, and then I'll be on a plane or whatever and pick up right where I was at on my phone, and you can just go from device to device reading a book, and obviously you don't have to carry around a stack of books. So the book I was reading the entire flight was Alan Carr's The Easy Way to Control Alcohol, which I started reading last week, and then just kind of didn't really have much time to do it, but I had 3 hours on the plane, so I finished almost the entire book. And yeah, wow, that really made me realize what, just like the smoking. Yeah, I thought I was smarter. That's one of the things you learn. The more that you learn, and this is like, there's old sayings about this, the more you know, the less you know, or the more you know, the more you know you don't know. Totally the case. Life is just one constant mindfuck. The more you think you got it, or you know what's going on, no, totally don't. This just happens over and over, which I guess is kind of part of the fun of life, I suppose. It's just always it's like a never-ending mystery. It's never-ending. What's going to happen next? It's kind of cool, actually. It's a pretty amazing game. Whoever designed it, life. Like, when you think about it, like, people are like, I used to be into these games, like role-playing games and all kinds of sort of virtual reality sort of games where you're kind of like in the game. 3D sort of, not 3D, but virtual reality, I guess you could call it. And nothing compares to life. Not even close. This game's got like 7 billion players. That's just the human players. And you include the animal and insect and whatever else there is. It's like trillions of players in this game. All of them are unique. It's pretty cool. They all got their own story. And many of them are quite amazing stories. They're all amazing in their own way. And each of them have to go through all their ups and downs, and it's a pretty cool game, and it looks really real too. Like, look, that looks so real. So whoever they designed it, the creator, really good, really good. 5 stars, A+. But because I even talk about, man, I go on tangents lately. There's so many ideas going through my head. Oh, I think I was talking about drinking, but I forget why I brought up video games. Probably for no reason whatsoever. Boy, it's cold here. It was 40 degrees or 4 Celsius overnight last night when I arrived. It's like this whole global warming thing just isn't working out. There's like a little shopping area here. Looks like a nice town, actually, from what I've seen. I haven't seen anything, but people seem nice. Montana is one of those places that most people don't go to really on purpose. But I don't know why they wouldn't. Like, it seems really nice. I flew through here in my car. I moved from Vancouver to LA after I sold my internet company. I had a '99 silver Dodge Viper, and I decided I was going to see how fast I could get to LA. I averaged well over 150 miles an hour, and so I get a ticket in almost every state. But as soon as they give me the ticket, I throw it out the window and just burn off with no intention of paying it, obviously. It's funny because most of the times the cops are younger guys, and they're like, "Oh, that was so cool! Wow, can you open the hood?" Yeah, it's kind of funny. You know, you can always game the system, right? Anyway, totally off track once again. But talking about alcohol. Oh yeah, I was talking about how it totally got me. Both cigarettes and alcohol totally got me. I thought both of them were adding or helping my life or improving my life in some way. With the cigarettes, I thought it was helping me relax. I thought it was giving me some pleasure I otherwise wouldn't have, because when you don't smoke for a bit, when you do smoke, oh, it's a pleasure. But it's just the same as if I'm just hitting myself with a hammer on my hand and then I stop. It's like, pleasure. All right, let's hit myself. Well, don't even do that, you know? I'm not the stupidest guy in the world, and it totally got me. And so did alcohol. For like, man, 25 years, I thought alcohol was helping me. Totally wasn't. Totally wasn't. It was actually, okay, well, here's the reason I thought alcohol was helping me. Man, this place is just spread out. Let's walk down here. First of all, I guess it all started with shyness or not being very socially, whatever. It's kind of socially awkward. And I noticed after I had a few drinks, I had a lot less shyness. I felt less awkward. But what really was happening that I didn't realize was it was just numbing me to the feelings of those feelings. So I was still that way, but it was just I wasn't aware of it at the time. Because that's really what alcohol is doing. It's really, after one or two, it's really just numbing you. And, you know, in many ways, I think that was another reason I liked it. I think I was never comfortable being myself. I don't think I was ever comfortable having to think about who I was or what I was, and did that, and then I didn't have to think about it anymore. But that went on just, you know, well, you're gonna go out somewhere, well, I gotta have some drinks, and go out to dinner, have some drinks. And a lot of these things are tied to like things that were like enjoyable times, like going out with a girl or your girlfriend or your friends. These things would normally be in a sort of an enjoyable time anyway. But because the alcohol gets tied into it, you kind of over time, and this can take years sometimes, and this is why it's kind of dangerous, this drug. Over time, you kind of just sort of assume the alcohol was the reason you had some good times. But it totally wasn't. In fact, if you really think about it, in pretty much every case, it made it worse. And that's the thing that it's a tricky drug. And because it's everywhere, even me, I'm guilty as well. When Bitcoin hit $3,000, I did a little photo, kind of a thumbnail photo for our YouTube video of me with a cigar and a champagne bottle. I don't smoke or drink anymore, but even me, I'm propagating this because that's just like, it's so like, that's what you do when you're happy. No, but that's what our brainwashing is. And this has been from like day one. If you're involved in any way in regular society or our culture, this is just, you don't realize it's all brainwashing. Oh, the sports team won? Get out the champagne. They're already super happy. You can see right after they won, they're the happiest they've been in a long time. A lot of them say it's the best day of their life. And a lot of them are just spraying this champagne all over everybody else. They're not even drinking it. But, they might drink it or whatever, because that's what you do. When you want to celebrate, you drink alcohol. Oh, yeah, but also, if you had a bad day, have some alcohol. And I'll tell you, if you're drinking because you're having a bad time, you're going to have a worse time. I know this from experience. The best thing to do if you're having a bad time is just to accept that you're having a bad time, accept the reality of the situation, and just get through it somehow. And just take some deep breaths, the meditation again. But don't drink if you're having a bad time. That's what I really started to do a couple years ago after I had all my business problems. Whew. I wouldn't recommend anyone go that road. And the thing, it's also depressant. Why the hell was I even drinking this stuff? It's like a known depressant. No wonder I was so depressed. I was already not great to begin with, but the alcohol just made it way worse. And it's amazing when, if you're a drinker out there, if you drink quite regularly, I recommend highly you get this book. Allen Carr's The Easy Way to Control Alcohol. And you find a way to just stop completely. And that's another thing too. There is no slowing down with that stuff. This is a very addictive drug, a very nefarious. And I've tried slowing down. You just got to flip the switch. You got to get the brainwashing out. And once you do, and this book can help. This Allen Carr guy, he's dead now, I believe. Really, I know that he's helped millions of people stop smoking. I didn't know he wrote one about alcohol. People need to know about this. Great read too, by the way. Both books really, well, I guess for me, both of them, I had so much, everything he was saying, he's like, you ever think why you did this? And I'm like, yeah, why did I do that? So for me, it was just like a great read. I guess if you don't drink or smoke, it wouldn't be. But if you do, gotta read these books. And yeah, so this whole drinking thing. Yeah, just getting in last night, if I was drinking on the plane, which I used to do all the time, and I thought, okay, this will make the plane ride go faster and I'll be in a better mood because I had tied in alcohol with, being happy for some reason. And in a way it would for a few seconds, like I'd have it and like, okay, I feel a little better now. But all I was doing was fixing the addiction. It's the same as cigarettes. And what would normally happen is I'd normally get here at midnight after having 3 glasses of wine on the plane and probably 2 in the bar at the airport and feel like garbage. Stumble up, not because I was drunk, but just because I was just like so feeling like garbage, to the hotel. Get into the room, hate myself, hate my life, not have a good sleep because my stomach would be all gurgling, and that's if I didn't go out, because a lot of times I'd get there, and if there was like a bar that had a lot of people in it, I'd probably go there. But there's nothing here in Montana. I would have normally hated coming to this conference if I was drinking. Like, well, what? There's no bars? I'm sure there is bars, but you know, nothing too crazy. That I don't know. I've just got here, but you know, just getting into a place last night, it just seemed like there was nothing going on here. I would have been like, oh, why am I even here? And then, of course, wake up in the morning feeling just like death. Of course, I wouldn't go for this walk. There'd be no way. It's like, I can't. I feel so bad. I just want to lie in bed, close the curtains, and just sit here and just stew in my unhappiness. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. I don't know why I did any of that stuff. But just like with the smoking, it feels like I just clicked the switch now. Finally. Like, I really do. I feel like, why would I ever have even one drink ever? All it does is make things worse. It's just basically poison. That's really all it is. Like, you can make up whatever things you want. Oh, it makes me feel this better, or it improves this, or I get more whatever. Yeah, but it's not worth all the downsides. And you could do all that stuff anyway if you just focused on it. Like, what's the problem? Well, if I go to parties, I won't talk very much. Well, that's me. That's totally me. Well, then don't go to parties, or find a way, you know, maybe even take some courses, or think about it, or yeah, even get like a coach about, you know, being more sociable. You know, work on it just like anything else, but don't take poison, because the poison is not good. Trust me on this one. And it is poison. You can make up whatever excuses you want. And that's what they always are, is excuses. And I gave all those excuses. But yeah, I feel that, well, I did smoke a couple times when I was drinking on a trip. I forget which one. Oh, when I was at Bilderberg, yeah, I had a couple. Oh man, I felt it for like 2 weeks. And I was like, that was so disgusting. I can't believe I did that all the time. So it is possible that down the road at some point I might have a couple drinks or something. But I doubt it, because I have less issues with the smoking. Like, I know even if I had a cigarette today, let's say for whatever reason I was like, you know, I'm gonna have a cigarette. I know it's not gonna get me smoking regularly again. I know I'm not ever doing that again. So even if it does happen, it's like, well, it happened, it feels gross, I can't believe I used to do that, and that's that. But with the drinking, I know that if I even have a couple, because that's what happens, it's like so nefarious. Because you're like, oh, I'll just have one or two, that's all. How many people say that, right? And what happens is, after you have one or two, it loosens your inhibitions, it makes you stop thinking quite a bit, and it also kind of makes you like, thirst is this trick about the thirst. So it actually dehydrates you. So you feel like your body's actually like telling you, hey, you better have something to drink because we're getting dehydrated. So you have another alcoholic drink, which makes you more dehydrated. It's crazy. I can't believe how crazy this drug is and how I fell for it. I can't believe it. But I'm so excited, actually, about what my life can be like without it. Because it's really been holding me back, which has been kind of funny, because a lot of people say, well, you've done so many things. Like, I could have done so much more if I wasn't just drinking all the time, and done it way better. I remember when I first started doing these like videos and stuff, I used to have a drink. That's how bad I was. I was really, really shy, really introverted. And I thought it was helping me. But really it wasn't. And I used to do a lot of my videos like Andercast and stuff with a glass of wine, and I like, oh, it's helping me to relax and be more funny or whatever. But looking back on the videos, it wasn't. And in fact, now that I definitely don't drink when I'm doing those videos anymore. I haven't done that in a long time, and I've been getting way better because of it. And now that I'm not drinking at all, it's like my whole personality is coming out. Like everything I thought alcohol was helping me with, it wasn't. It's actually making it worse. I thought it was also helping me with confidence and stuff like that. Totally wasn't. It was actually making me less confident, because I knew when I was drinking that wasn't really me. So even though I had less inhibitions, which would make it look like I was more confident, which is what, you know, a lot of people who drink are, right? Like all of a sudden they're tough guys when they're drunk, right? But they know, and I knew, you know, at the heart of it, that I wasn't more confident because of it. I was just more stupid, really. And then you wake up the next day, you got almost like this like guilt or shame about how stupid you were. It's just terrible. Can't believe I did it. Can't believe I fell for it. I can't believe. And see, that's the thing. What these things are totally legal, which you know, everything should be legal. No problem at all with that. But what, you know, these are two of the most dangerous things, and they're the things that are legal. And then you have things like marijuana or cannabis, and those are still illegal in many places because they don't want you to use those things, because those things actually have some benefits. It'll make you think. You know, they got mind expanding properties. Alcohol does not. And of course cigarettes don't. But alcohol does not expand your mind. There's lots of evidence that it kills your mind. So you can kind of see why in this cult those things are really pushed, because it'll keep you paying your taxes, it'll keep you not thinking about anything, not thinking about the Matrix, not thinking about the cult. And yeah, that kind of stuff. So it's weird not walking in Acapulco without the hills, because I'm not getting tired at all. But I think there's a gym at the hotel here, so I'm gonna hit the gym. Of course, also different not walking with the dogs, but it's all right. Yeah, just you know, if you're a person out there who drinks quite regularly, can't pronounce some words. That's why I never became the #1 white rapper in Canada. Regularly. I suggest you read that book and you think about it, because, you know, if I could have gotten this knowledge 10 or 20 years ago, it would have changed a lot of what I did in my life. Now, I think everything does happen for a reason, and I probably had to go through that to get to, like, really what was the rock bottom, in my opinion, to really make myself change. Which is kind of sad that we have to do that, but it seems like that's always the case. People can't push themselves to get way better unless they've seen way worse, and they don't want to see that anymore. So maybe everything happens for a reason or whatever, but I'll tell you, if you're drinking quite a bit and you're wondering why you're not very happy, I'll tell you why you're not very happy. It's because you're drinking quite a bit. And you can't see it, because you think it's helping you, but it's not. It's making everything worse. So read that book. His books are excellent. I can't imagine any circumstance where I'd be drinking again. Same as I can't imagine myself smoking again. Not unless something really insane happened. Like, I mean, like, I don't even know. But as long as you know, I still have a fairly normal life, regular life, where I do want tomorrow to be better than it was today, then there's no way I'm ever drinking or smoking ever again. I guess the only kind of circumstance I could think of is if I went, you know, everyone I knew died horribly, and I wanted to kill myself, then yeah, maybe I'll drink and smoke while I get ready to put the gun in my mouth. But I'm not, you know, I'm just thinking like that's the only scenario where I would consider doing it again, and I don't even know why I'd do it. But unless anything really horrible happens, there's no way. Like I just can't. I'm trying to think of any circumstance where I would. I guess maybe, but no. Like I don't think there's any way. But we'll see. I have said this before, but I've never said it like this, and I've never felt like this. In the past, I've been like still really screwed up, really haven't dealt with my issues, really haven't got into things like meditation and all that kind of stuff, haven't gotten good diets, all that kind of stuff. And I've quit drinking numerous times. I quit, even in the last year or two, I quit quite a bit, barely did it all. But it was never felt like this. There was never a real core feeling of, not only do I not want to drink again, but I can't imagine why I would ever want to drink again. Because now I understand it was not adding to my life at all. It was totally taking away from my life. That was the part I didn't understand. And that was the same thing with the smoking. And that's why both these books have helped me a lot. And it's funny, I thought I was pretty smart. Nope. Fell for it, totally fell for it. Good job, alcohol, tobacco industry. You probably made like $500,000 off me. Nice. Good for you guys. Yeah, that's the markets. Good for you. Totally my fault for falling for it. You guys didn't force me to do it, right? I thought I was actually enjoying it. Really good. Good job. But for people out there who don't want to fall for it, or already fell for it and want to get out of it, read that book for sure. Totally. Those books totally helped me. And maybe it might not help you. Maybe you're different. Maybe you need to hear it a different way. But that's what did it for me, both of them. And also doing all the changes, really getting into the health, the meditation, the fasting. This stuff is it's all been a part of it for sure. But being a thinker, a person cerebral, a person who likes to, like I've always said in the past, you can tell me to do something like exercise. Why? It'll make you feel better. I need more information than that. I need to know why. Now I know why. Because you get your lymph moving, gets your blood moving. It's actually necessary as part of your health. And as I said in the past, your physical health is totally a part of your mental health. If your physical is not good, your mental is going to be a mess. See, I didn't know that. Now, if someone would have explained it to me that way in the past, I'm like, oh, yeah, totally going to exercise every day, because that makes total sense. But if you're just like, yeah, just eat an apple, you'll feel better. It's like, why though? Well, it's vitamins. It's like, it wasn't a good enough explanation. So for whatever reason, I need like more information. Some people might not. Maybe they don't. I don't know. Everyone's different. But I needed that information. And now that I've got that information, I can't imagine myself ever drinking again. But we'll see. Anything could happen. I am leaving tomorrow for Vegas. I'm going to go play in the World Series of Poker. I'm very excited about it, and I'm super excited that I'm not drinking, which will have me way more focused. I've played in the World Series of Poker before, but I've actually won a poker tournament once in South Korea. Absolutely hammered. Like a fairly decent sized poker tournament, like the Asia Poker Tour. I walked out with like a suitcase full of Korean won. But that's one of the things I think about me, that I was actually able to function fairly decent while drinking. And this is no excuse for drinking, and I'm not saying this drinking was ever a good thing for me. But I think because I was able to actually function fairly well on it, I kind of allowed myself to think, well, it's fine then, so I can just drink and do stuff. And I created big companies while drinking. Dollar Vigilante stuff even. That's going incredibly well. I drank a lot of the time while I was doing that stuff. I was winning a poker tournament in Asia, drunk. So I kind of, I guess some people call it a high functioning alcoholic or something along those lines. That's basically what I was, I think. And but I know I'd be way better without it. Yeah, everything is just better without it. So I'm excited to see how I play because I feel extra good. I feel extra clear, and I feel like really connected. Like my sensory perceptions are incredibly good right now, and that's a big part of poker. Is being able to read other people. So I'm interested. I'm good. We'll see. We'll find out what's going to happen. Of course, anything could happen. Just get a run of bad cards. It's a tournament, so you could just be out. I could have aces on the first hand, and the guy goes all in. I call, he's got kings, and he hits a king, and that's it. I could be out. There's that level of, you know, chance or luck involved in the game, but I'll get to see just how good I can play at my highest sort of sensory level. The one thing I haven't done is played live poker in a long time, and just like any sport, and it is, poker's just like, I compare it to golf a lot. They're very similar. They're a very mental game. You have to be on point. You have to be constantly practicing to be able to play at the highest levels. So it's just like, you know, if I was a really good golfer, but I haven't golfed all year, chances of me entering into the Masters and winning pretty slim because I haven't been practicing. It's the same with poker, but we'll see. I'm excited. I haven't been excited in a long time about anything. So I kind of have my life back. Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's amazing how drinking and depression can make you see the world so different. To me, the world was just like gray and horrible for many years. It wasn't just the drinking, but drinking definitely did not help. It was everything. It was like my not exercising, not good diet, drinking, business problems, so that kind of stuff, stress, and not knowing how to deal with the stress, not realizing you need to exercise, you need to do some meditation, all that kind of stuff, made the world just seem horrible. And that exact same world can seem really exciting. It's funny, life's a mindfuck. I'd normally end this with my dogs, but they're not here, so I got to end it with me. I'm probably gonna get way lower ratings on all my travel videos. I should bring Lucy along with me, but I don't like how they make you vaccinate your dogs and stuff. That really irritates me. And it's my you can actually do this. You can say you've got like you're like schizophrenic or something, which most people are anyway to an extent. And you need your dog, or if you don't have your dog, you'll freak out. This is the actual thing you can do. So I could actually take her on the plane, because there's no way I'm putting her in a cage. There's no way. I did that once, taking them to Germany. I still have not forgiven myself for how they were so unhappy. Just the thought of it makes me sick. So I could never put her in a cage, but if I could have her on my lap. But yeah, they want all these vaccinations. I can't do that to her either. I don't know. See, wasn't it Johnny Depp or something who tried to sneak his dog into Australia on his private jet or something, and he got caught, and it was a big scandal. Johnny Depp's trying to go around the rules. He didn't get his dog pumped up with mercury. Like, I understand Johnny Depp on that point. If I had a lot more money, I'd definitely have a private jet, and I'd be trying to just sneak my dogs in. I'd maybe even parachute in with them, because I was thinking about that. Get a little like front knapsack, put Lucy in there, and before we even land with the customs people, we just jump out the plane, and I just put her in, and they would never know. There's no way. Oh, she's from here. Yeah, totally. Just parachute in with my dogs all the time. Yeah, fuck them. Anyway, so that's the reason I don't travel with her. I can't deal with the vaccinations and that sort of stuff. Plus, well, yeah, that's the main reason. But we'll see. She did actually get vaccinated for Germany, so maybe she's already good. So if I don't have to vaccinate her again to go to a place like the US, I think I will take her in the future. Get better ratings. Always got to finish with Lucy sits. All right, that's it. See, it's not the same without the dogs. I don't know how to end this without the dogs. I just end it with me. Goodbye.